What up, y'all? Your boy Brick Street Sprite in the building. Like, subscribe, comment. Brick Street Hooligans, Brick Street Media, Hoolie Vision. Word Sport Battleground, man. Had a fire ass card last night. I bought it. It was pay-per-view. Tay Roc was involved. Chef Trez was involved. Lady Caution was involved. It was Blood Sport, Word Sport Battlegrounds versus Cave Gang. So I'm going to do the three battles right now that were Cave Gang versus Word Sport. It was Lady Caution versus Gullah JB. It was Chef Trez versus Innovate, which was a 3-rounder. And then Tay Roc versus Rio Nikosi. Lady Caution, Gullah JB, and Tay Roc, Rio Nikosi were 1-rounders, 4 minutes each. Chef Trez, Innovate, I think was 3 2-minute rounds, if I'm correct. Something along those lines. Don't quote me, but it's something like that. It had to have been close anyway. But, or 2.5, something like that. Maybe there was like a little grace period from 2 minutes to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't know. But either way, this card was fire. I will do the rest of the card on a different blog because otherwise it will be a long ass fucking blog. And I don't like to film blogs that are like an hour fucking long. You know what I mean? Like I could go live and do that shit, but with StreamYard, but I don't get enough people in my lives right now. I don't have enough subscribers. So we doing it this way. So before I even get into any of the battles, it was just shout out to Word Sport Battlegrounds, Yo-Yo, Smoke Kings, Jules from the lounge, Danny Lux was there helping them host. Danny Myers showed up, and Danny Myers and BA from Get Your Bars Up and Danny Lux all judged GX versus Trey Doe, which was a fire ass battle. Trey Doe, first of all, GX is one of those dudes that you have to listen to a number of times to understand, like, to really get to be able to digest all of it, because he is such a lyrical assassin. He's like and like he's so he does so much double time and just, you know, he just does so many multi-syllable patterns, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ever heard GX, he's a fire ass rapper. His ability to like switch up his delivery and cadence is fire as fuck. And he is like, he just does all these different fucking cadences, switching up his flow, a bunch of double time, multi-syllable shit. It's crazy. He's like a lyrical fucking, his pen is crazy. You have to listen to it multiple times. He's like, yeah, bro, you have to second, third, fourth watch to understand everything that this dude addressed within his fucking bars. And this was 1 round. Trey Doe is more of a like a, I like to say, I guess I'm reviewing this one too before I get into the other ones, but Trey Doe won the judge battle between the two, and I don't necessarily think it's because he was more fire necessarily. It was because he was more digestible, and in a judge battle, when there's judges involved, that is like, whoever's the most digestible is gonna win the battle for the most part, if they're both fire. You know what I mean? Because they only get 1 watch to judge the battle, and if they only get 1 watch, then if you don't catch everything that GX says, and you catch everything Trey Doe says, and it was fire, he was punching crazy. He's a crazy puncher. He is fire as fuck, bruh. Like, bro, he said something about how not all X-Men believe in his power. That's mutiny, bruh. I was like, really, bruh? Fire as fuck. Like, GX is fuck, but I'm saying Trey Doe's punching ability is nuts. And that's this kind of style that wins a lot of judge battles. But there's $1,500 on the line in that battle. Mike Scott from the 76ers or who played on the 76ers last year. I think he might be a free agent right now, but he's been in the NBA for years. Put that bread on the line for that battle. Or put up some of the bread or all of the bread. I'm not sure exactly where all of the bread came from, but I know he was part of it. So, but this was a fire battle, fire back and forth. I'd like to watch it again because I know GX said some shit. He just said so much that it was hard to catch all of it. You know what I'm saying? And when it's a judge battle, the point is to be, you almost have to simplify it a little bit. I'm not saying make it stupid, but make it more digestible and easier to catch so that they can understand all of your shit. And with that being said, Trey Doe was fire. They was both fire as fuck. Trey Doe be just trying to punch his opponent's head the fuck off. Now, Lady Caution, Gullah JB. To me, this was the most one-sided of the word sport versus cave gang battles. There was 3 actual word sport versus cave gang battles. Lady Caution just wasn't that good to me. Her bars were okay, but she was stumbling on through her shit just like the last time she was on the word sport Battlegroundz. She literally, like, I think she even admitted it after the fact that she was like barely prepared for this shit. And like, I don't know, just she be bullshitting on word sport, man. I think she like doesn't take it that serious. That's why, like, that was the first of the 3, and that's why I'm doing this one first. Gullah JB smoked her. Smoked her. He said, I'll let it flash on Caution and leave her on the side of the road. Bro, he had a scheme where he said something about how he'll let it flash on Caution, pull over, and leave her on the side of the road. Like, bruh. Something like that. Like, bruh. Like when you would put, like how you'd put the flashers on, the caution flashers on, and put, bruh. I was like, wow. Really, bruh? He said, I'll have caution on all fours. Something like I'll have caution on all fours, like a slippery wet floor. You know what I'm saying? Like a wet floor sign. You know what I'm saying? I've caution on all fours, like a floor's wet sign or whatever. You know when they put the sign on the floor when the floor is wet. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, that shit was fire. He had a whole bunch of caution flips, bro. He smoked that bitch. Something crazy. I don't mean to call her a bitch, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't even know if she is a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's another conversation for another day. But Gullah JB smoked her ass, man. Something stupid. Stupid. It was funny as hell. He was smoking her ass. But, bruh, he said something about sticking the tip in her mouth and making her, bro, he smoked her ass, bro. Like, he was talking about putting the gun barrel in her mouth on one of these schemes, but he referred to it as a dick, you know what I'm saying? But it was fire. Gullah is fire. He's been leveling up every time that I've seen him battle. He's fire, bro. I fuck with Gullah JB. Keep on giving that dude plates and keep on putting him on cards. He's fire. But he smoked Lady Caution. It wasn't even close. Word Sport was up 1-0 at this point. Moving on. Lady Caution said one memorable line to me. She said, "The baby will leave your bitch's stomach with a perfect circle." Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a pregnancy would. You know what I mean? Baby, perfect circle. You know what I'm saying? But Gullah smoked this bitch. We moving on, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Chef Trez, Innovate. This shit was crazy. Crazy. 3 rounds of nothing but fire. Chef Trez did not bullshit like Lady Caution did. He showed up. He really brought it to Word Sport. Because a lot of times people come down to Word Sport and they bullshit when they feel like they're above shit. You know what I mean? Like, I've been on these leagues and that shit. Now, with that being said, Tay Roc has not been on King of the Dot. He has not been on RBE. But he's been on Word Sport now. So, get that through your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's up, yo. The fact that y'all got Roc before either of those leagues did, and they never will, because he's URL. You know, and he always will be. So he ain't never rocking with them. But he's actually been on Word Sport. Bruh. Fire. With that being said, Chef Trez, man, did not bullshit. He really brought it. He really brought his A game. He was rebuttaling. And the thing about Chef Trez is that his rebuttals be so flawless. Like, I see people that can rebuttal, but who can rebuttal as flawless and as clean as him? I don't never see him like stumble through any of it. He comes up with a fucking rebuttal and says it cleanly as fuck. And it will make all the sense in the world. Him and A Ward and maybe Sharon and Hollow, you know what I'm saying, from when he used to do it all the time. And I know he still can, but I'm saying lately I think in the Shine battle he did a little bit, but that's how Hollow used to be to me too, you know what I'm saying? And I would like to see him utilize that more again, you know what I mean? But Chef Trez is one of the best as far as freestyling and rebuttals, and he utilizes shit. When that battle drops, y'all need to watch that shit. He had a word sport scheme that had where he said yo twice his name. He said yo twice, Smoke King. You trying to get this Smoke King? Something about you, something about Jules, and you must have had Danny's luck, bro. He killed that shit. That was a fire ass scheme. He also said something about when I hear the name word sport, I think of a spelling bee. So that should mean that the letter be your downfall. Letter be your downfall. Letter be your down, bro. The letter be your downfall. That shit was fire as fuck. He was smoking shit. Innovate had a rebuttal about, or he freestyled about Chef Trez having a white curtain behind him, which he didn't. He had a black curtain and a white board, like a drawing board. And in the next round, Innovate or Chef Trez flipped Innovate's freestyle and said something about how it wasn't a curtain, it's a board. Like how we be when you rapping your shit. Bro, he was killing it with the rebuttals, bro. And his writtens was fire too. Like he was doing his fucking thing. Chef Trez really brought his A game. So did Innovate. They was both in their bag. This was a classic fucking virtual battle. A virtual classic. Shit was fire. I was like, yo, they wildin' in this shit. Bruh. It was just entertaining as fuck. Like, I was very impressed by the whole card, but that battle in particularly. And by Chef Trez. I've always fucked with Chef Trez, but it's been a while since I've really seen him. It's been a little minute. And it just reminds me that I need to click every time I see his name, no matter what the league is, because he always brings it, man. And it's just a fire-ass, smooth-ass motherfucking, like, just rapper. He's so smooth with his shit and clean with his shit and always has fire material. Always. And his rebuttals is crazy. That's worth the price of admission watching him freestyle. 3 of them things. Like, man. He said something like that too. He said something about how 3 of them things, we went from 1 round to 3 of them things. So that means that automatically means I have the advantage or some shit. But bruh, that was fire. Fire as fuck. That was a tough one for me to call because they was both so dope. You know what I'm saying? And but if I had to, I want to watch that battle again to really make a good judgment on it. But if you put a gun to my head and made me pick, I would probably pick Chef Trez by a small edge just because his rebuttals, I think, were a little bit more impactful than Innovate's because both their writtens was fire as fuck. Innovate's writtens was fire. He said something about how the chef, so the chef can't cook in the kitchen without gas, right? Something like that, bro. That shit was fire as fuck. Bro. I was like, he said the chef can't cook in the kitchen without gas. And I said, yo, really? Something about how he can't cook without a net or without the net or something, bruh. I said, wow. They both were snapping. The writtens was all fire. The reason I would edge Chef Trez, at least on first watch, is because of his rebuttals and his freestyle styles. They both was freestyling. They both was fire with the freestyle, but Chef Trez's were a little more clean and a little more impactful. Innovate still was freestyling and it still was fire, but he stumbled a little bit towards in a few of them. You know what I mean? and Chef Trez didn't. And by him rebuttaling dude's freestyle with the board shit, bruh, made it crazy as fuck. That was like the most fire rebuttal of the night. And I was like, yo, really? And I think I would edge him because of that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I would give Chef Trez the edge, probably 2-1 in that battle. But it could have went either way, and that's why I want to watch it again. But moving on. So I think that I'd probably have it 1-1. Just to our first watch, Gullah JB wins, then Chef Trez wins. And then to the main event, Tay Roc, the Gun Bar King versus Rio Nkosi. Basically the god of virtual rap, you know what I'm saying? Of the virtual world of you know, this virtual battle shit. And this battle was fire. This battle was very fire. Like I didn't write any of the bars down. Rio Nikosi said so much shit, it was crazy. But Tay Roc first started it off, and Tay Roc did not bullshit. He did not bring no half-ass bars. He brought some shit. He was doing his fucking thing. He was doing the typical Tay Roc shit. He don't ever bullshit. He always be in his bag. Anytime I've ever seen him on, like, you know, Gates of the Garden, any small league, he always brings it, man. And that's what he did in this battle. He had bars. He started it off by saying, tell your mama to suck my dick with no teeth involved. Bro, that's how he first started this shit off. I said, wow. He said, your birth certificate should be an I'm sorry letter from the condom manufacturer or some shit. Like, bro. bro. And he had a bunch of re-flips too, where he actually used Rio's name instead of Re. You know what I mean? It was fire, bro. It was fire. That boy Tay Roc was not bullshitting, bro. He really brought that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was wilding. But with all that being said, Rio Nikosi might have had the round of the entire night with his round against Tay Roc. He addressed so much shit. Bro, he said, once you hear the bam, bada, that's when you leave the planet, Rock. bro. He said, once you hear the bam, bada, that's when you leave the planet, bro. Once you hear the bam, bada, that's when you leave the planet, Rock. bro. I said, whoa, you only hear this fucking bag. Like, oh shit. Rio did not come to bullshit, huh? I said, yo. He said something about psilocybin, how much room. Bro, something about DMT, like, bruh. He was addressing his all of the you know, transformer allegations and all that. Bruh. You said you was gonna knock me the fuck out next time you see me, when I was right by you on the stage on Sunday. After the face-off, they saw each other in the same building. I said, wow, that was fire. Rio was talking to that boy. But that, once you hit a bam, bada, that's when you leave the planet, Rock. I said, yo, he is in his fucking bag right now. This dude, Rio, is on one right now. I would have to say after first watch that Rio beat Roc. This was not a slouching ass Roc either. This was a fire Roc. Rio was just that out of this world. Now, who knows if it was face to face in the building, in person, on a main stage or whatever, anywhere, that it wouldn't have been different, because Roc, is one of those main stage. The crowd is like his cheat code and his special move. That's where he gets his powers from. You know what I mean? That's when you see the best version of Roc. So, I would like to see them battle in person now, because Rio beat him in his realm, in his world, because Rio is like the god of virtual battling. I would love to see them battle on stage now. You know what I'm saying? And see how that goes, because that's Roc's realm. You know what I mean? And Roc, everybody knows, is catches so much energy from the crowd. That's when he powers up. You know what I'm saying? That's like his fucking superpower. So, but Rio won that shit, man. I don't think there's much of a debate, even though Roc was fire. You know what I'm saying? That may have been Battle of the Night though, but I think Chef Trez Innovate was. I also really liked Cain versus Clip Corleone. That was arguably Battle of the Night because they, as far as just competitive, like that was a super competitive battle, and they both brought their shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, Clip Corleone had a scheme where he said something about here comes Lou. He was talking about being in prison. He said something about the electric chair. This is all in his scheme. He said something about here comes Lou, like here comes the lieutenant. Talking about Cain. Here comes Lou. Here comes the lieutenant, like they be saying in prison. Talking about prison, talking about the electric chair, and at the end of the scheme, he brought it all back and said, "That's how you execute a sentence, bro." Like that was the beginning of his round. Like that scheme was fire as fuck. And a scheme is tough, or a scheme is fire. I mean, when to me, when you can't predict every part of the scheme, because people be scheming and you could predict every part of it. You can hear, bro, a scheme is fire when you don't really know where they're going until the end of it, and then you put it all together at the end, like, oh my god, that was fire as fuck. That's what that scheme was like. When that battle drops, watch it. Cain versus Clip Corleone, because it was fire. Cain had a whole bunch of fire shit too, man. He said it's like trimming the grass, how I'm putting Clip in a bag. Bruh, like, bruh. But that was just one thing that I could think of off the head. He had a bunch of like elaborate schemes too. Cain is fire as fuck at scheming. That's like his his strength. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'd say that is his number one strength, is his ability to scheme. Cain. You know what I mean? Bruh. He said something about, he was talking about Clip Corleone's bitch tripping on him. And he said something about how it's like she plays for the Grizzlies because all she's gonna have for you is more rants. Something about, you know what I mean? Like, bruh, it was fire. It was fire, bruh. He had a Walker Texas Ranger scheme. Like, Cain was fire in this battle, dog. Fire. You know what I'm saying? Fire. So, Clip was fire. He had a whole A-depth. He said, no mercy. Bro, you gonna be, bro. He said something about how you gonna get fucked up before you get to work, or some shit, bro. It was a fire ass scheme. It was an A-Dep no mercy. How A-Dep called him outside before he went to work. You know what I mean? It was fire, bro. It was fire. It was fire. You know what I'm saying? So watch that shit, man. Cain, Clip Corleone. But as far as word sport versus battle versus cave gang, I would say that the word sport won 2-1, man. You know what I'm saying? If not, the Chef Trez Innovate shit is very debatable. I'd like to watch it again. It might have been 3-0, but I'm giving Chef Trez that battle off first watch because he was so fire and his rebuttals was so fire. Like, dog. But it's a very slight edge. You know what I mean? Like, Innovate was fire as fuck in that battle too. So either way, Word Sport won and showed up. Innovate always proves to me, especially lately in his last 3-4 battles, that he can hang with anyone, and he needs to be on one of these big leagues because he can battle with anyone. He already beat Lotta Zay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I thought he beat Rio Nkosi, bro. Debatable battle, but I thought he beat Rio. And Innovate's fire, bro. Very fire. You know what I'm saying? Him and Tusave battled. That was fire. Tusave's fire as fuck. You know what I mean? So, yo, I think Innovate can literally contend and compete with anyone on any stage in any league. So keep giving him plates. Keep giving all these dudes plates. They all showed up. They all showed they worth. You know what I'm saying? So it was fire. Shout out to Word Sport Battleground, Yo-Yo, Jules, Smoke Kings, everybody, man. Holla at your boy, Brick Street Sprite. I really enjoyed myself. Like, subscribe, comment, get at your boy, and I'm out of here. 100.